we're back again. All month we've been shining a light on pink, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we've teamed up with Go Gen Go, a local nonprofit here. We've also done a lot of fun things with Go Gen Go with their 5K Run Gen Run. But I always say breast cancer is 365 days of the year. Okay, but we're just going to highlight it on October. And we've got a chance to talk with some amazing grantees from Go Gen Go. And we've got Christa today. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Thanks for asking.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Looking beautiful and amazing. We're just going to jump into it. Just tell us a little bit about your story, because I saw your pictures and your photos. I was like, oh, she's living life.
So I was diagnosed with breast cancer in March of this year, and I'm also a mother, a single parent. Of two teenage daughters, Kendall and Marley, and I'm also a primary caregiver for my elderly parents who are in their late 80s who have a lot of health issues. I lost my job 4 days prior to being diagnosed with breast cancer, so I've had a lot going on this year.
Yes. So how is that? Okay, let me ask this question, because I understand the caregiving part, because I'm in that season of my life with some things that have happened personally, but my dad's in his 80s and I'm responsible trying to manage all of that. I'm like, I can barely manage my life, and now I'm over here managing their life. And sometimes, how it is with parents, you're like, what? You didn't tell me this, because they still see you as their kids.
Right.
So even though you're clearly not that anymore, but how has that been for you to kind of put your mind around what you're dealing with, your breast cancer diagnosis, on top of you've got your girls, but now on top of taking care of your parents, because you don't want them to worry. So how are you managing that?
It's been difficult. It's been overwhelming. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed because there is a lot that is involved with especially my dad's care, because he has advanced dementia. He has a lot of health issues. He has broken both his hips since he's been 80 years old. So it's been a lot to manage. I just have to focus on one thing at a time, one problem at a time. Now they're having issues at their house that repairs need to be made. So, and I'm handling all of that. So you have to compartmentalize and focus on what you want to do. And I've always been a person who tell me what the problem is, tell me what the options are for resolution, and then I'll figure it out from there. So that's how I've had to treat everything from my parents to my kids to my health crisis.
Now, what stage were you diagnosed?
Stage 1, microinvasive mammary carcinoma, HER2 positive, grade 3, and negative receptors. It's a lot.
It is a lot. How did you find out? Because everybody's had different stories, and I know a lot of women that have battled it. Was it a routine checkup, or was it something like, we've talked with grantees and other friends I know that had to advocate for themselves and go, something is not right. I hear you, but I'm going to need you to give me this mammogram. Something, I don't know what it is. Something's not right. Was that your story, or was it just a routine?
No, that's not my story. My story started with my mom, who was diagnosed with breast cancer at 45. Okay. And so she had a mastectomy, and then she had to do radiation therapy. So since she had breast cancer, I've been getting routine yearly mammograms and breast ultrasounds since I was 35 years old. And I have to get ultrasounds because I have dense breasts. So I've been getting them routinely every year since 35. And this year, I just happened to do it 11 months after I had the one last year, because I was like, well, I got laid off my insurance. I don't know what's going to go on with my insurance. So let me get all my appointments in.
Get it all in.
I scheduled a routine screening mammogram, because there's a difference between a screening mammogram and a diagnostic mammogram, which I didn't know the difference until.
Can you share that? Because some people may not.
So a screening mammogram is just a basic mammogram that they give everybody. A diagnostic mammogram is what they do when there is a problem or an issue, or they see something suspicious. So then you get a diagnostic, which is more, it gets more powerful images, and it pinpoints more things. So I didn't have any outward indications, no physical indications that I had cancer. No lumps, no breast changes, no skin changes, no discharge. So had I not gone to get my mammogram, I would have not known that I had an aggressive type of cancer. So I started with a screening, then I had to do a diagnostic, then I had to do a biopsy, and then I had to do an MRI. And then after the MRI and they did all the pathology, I discussed it I had an appointment with my surgical oncologist, and it was upgraded from stage 0, because initially it was stage 0 to stage 1.
Well, that is a lot. But I'm going to, when I'm saying, because I always look for positive light, right?
Mm-hmm.
You weren't in necessarily an unfamiliar space because you've seen your mom go through it already. Now, the difference may be now technology. The treatments that she had may not be the same treatments that are available for you, and the options. You know, I just felt like you probably went into this. I'm assuming with more knowledge than someone who has never experienced, didn't know where to start, didn't know anything. So with you going in with that knowledge, were you able to advocate, you feel, for yourself even better, or were you like, no, it's just two completely different experiences?
Well, I was, because I had the BRCA1, BRCA2 genetic testing 9 years ago, and my sister had it as well. And I didn't have any mutations, but so I knew a little bit about the process, but I didn't know all the different types of cancer you can have, breast cancer you can have, and all the different options for treatments and the different drugs and I didn't know all of that. And so I made it my job to research and get second opinions. I think second opinions are very important. You just can't take what somebody gives you as face value. So I got a second opinion. I did my research. I was on ChatGPT. Here's my results, and tell me put it into language that I can understand. Tell me what the treatment plans are, options are, and tell me what the outcomes could be. And then dealing with my parents and their medical issues, I know a lot more medical terminology than I ever have. So I know, I went into my meeting with my oncologist with questions to ask. And I think that's important, that you know what to ask, so that you can get those answers that you need. But it's all about making informed decisions. So if you don't know anything about what the condition that you have, you're not going to be able to process that information and make informed decisions. So I think that was a key factor into me being able to process the information and make the best decision and advocate for me, because I've had complications. I've had 3 surgeries in 6 weeks. Due to complications, I have to have a 4th surgery, which was initially only supposed to be 2 surgeries. So I think, and I've had complications with chemo, with basic side effects with chemo, that I've had to advocate for myself with the medical oncologist to say, hey, this is what I'm having. This is, what are my options for treating it?
I can say I probably be like that. I hear you, but we got to do something different, because this ain't it. I hear you. This ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find Go Gen Go? Was it a nurse navigator that shared information, or was it a friend? Like, how did you find about Go Gen Go?
I did find out through it. Through my nurse navigator. They give you a packet of information, which has financial resources. They have palliative care. They have group therapy. They have a lot of information in that packet that they give you. And because I had a job loss, and then I was on unemployment, and then because I was being treated for cancer, they said I couldn't receive unemployment. I've applied for disability. So
are you serious?
Yes, because I can't.
That's why we do this. This is why we have these conversations, because when people watch this, you never know what someone else is going through. So they're thinking, and you're sharing that. I didn't even know, like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, because I couldn't technically accept a job and start working a job because I'm in treatment for cancer. So they cut off my unemployment, and I applied for disability, but disability is a 6-month process to be approved, and you may not even get approved. So I was like, I have to figure out how I'm going to finance my life. So Go Gen Go was one of the resources that I applied to. It was a relatively easy application, and they approved me right away and has been supporting me through my journey thus far.
Have you, because like you said, you got a lot on your plate, and I see you're very strong, but us strong women, sometimes I had to find this out with things that I've gone through personally. Strong people need some other people sometimes. Like sometimes you got to take that cape, just hang it up, just take it all the way off and be like, I cannot, I don't have the capacity no more. There might be some stray bullets, as I say. I don't know. Everybody about to get it. This life. Do you have therapy? Is there therapy that's been available with like the resources that you shared, or you're just
there is? I'm sorry.
Because you got so much. You have to go when you're ready to process everything.
There is therapy available, but because I have such a strong network of friends and family, and then sometimes strangers, I don't need that therapy. But by all means, if you need it, please utilize it. I encourage people to utilize all the resources that they have available for you to use. But I didn't need, because I have a couple of friends who have actually gone through breast cancer. Now their journey is different from mine because they had, maybe 2B or 2A and they might have had positive receptors, but they've been people that I've leaned on to get advice, to be a listening ear, to even just, frank words of encouragement. And it's all about, I have one of my friends, she's had 12 surgeries through her cancer. 12. And has such the most positive outlook on life. And she's like, would I do it again? Absolutely, because I got the outcome that I wanted to. So my network is very strong. I have support. I have people taking me to chemo and picking me up. I have had people who I'm AKA. So I've had sorors.
Oh, girl, you straight.
Yeah, I've had sorors reach out to me who, I don't even know, who've pledged the same chapter I pledged, and they've reached out to me because I have shared my story on social media. I had to, because I needed support, and I did GoFundMe. So I had to. It's not something I wanted to do. I'm a private person, but I share my story on social media, and it's information. It's the good, the bad, and the not so bad. I'm very transparent. So, my network is strong, but I encourage you, if you do need it, to actually, to do group therapy or single person therapy, one-on-one, because it can be helpful.
Now, how has it been for your girls? How has that been? Do you discuss a lot with them, or, because you got teenagers, so you don't have babies. Right. I know they're always going to be your babies, but you know what I mean? You got teenagers. What are their ages, and how has that been for them as you go through this?
So I have a 16-year-old. She's a senior in high school, and I have an
16 and a senior.
Yes, girl, she's a year ahead.
Let me applaud.
And I have a 13-year-old who's in 8th grade, and they really took the diagnosis and my treatment plan very well. They've supported me. They've helped me. Sometimes they've had to shower me, help me get out of the bed. They have stepped up, and they cook more often, because they both of them can cook. They cook more often. Because sometimes I have neuropathy, which is like the tingling in my fingers. So
is that from treatment? Is that from?
Yeah, it's from chemo.
Side effects of treatment.
It's a side effect of chemo. And then they are understanding to the point where there's certain things they can't do, because I am a single parent. It's just me here, and I can't take you to this. I can't pick you up from this, especially on the days that I have chemo, and then maybe the day after. So they're very understanding, and they're very supportive, and I'm very transparent with them. I don't sugarcoat anything. However I'm feeling is how I'm feeling. But like I said, for the most part, I try to be positive and have a positive attitude. I get up in the morning and I get dressed whether I want to or not, because I'm a proponent of you gonna feel how you looking.
Look good, feel good.
Yeah. So I do make that extra effort because I do know that they're going through a lot. It's just not me. When you're a caregiver or you're a family of someone who has a terminal disease or just, a serious chronic disease or a condition, it affects everybody.
And you are handling it with such grace. I am ecstatic to know of your support group. And I know your sorors are there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I have friends that are here in the Charlotte area, and they come together. So I am just very grateful that you had that, and you're new on your journey,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be, I feel like, as they say, right, one of these things in life, once you get through it, sometimes we don't want to go through certain storms. But once we get on the other side, it's like, oh, okay. Now I get it. You know what I mean? Because I can tell you're a very strong woman. I love that strong personality. And you might be like, oh, okay. All right. As they say, you're never given more than what you can handle. Sometimes it's not what you want to handle.
Right.
But then when you get through, I'm like, okay, that's made me a better person. It's made me a better person.
Yeah, I think there's life lessons to learn with anything that you go through. Sometimes you may not know what the lesson is while you're going through it, but then eventually I think it will come to you. And I think for the most part, the worst is kind of behind me, except for this fourth surgery that I have coming up. It's a major surgery. But then once I'm finished with that, then I'm looking forward to the day that I can sit on somebody's beach somewhere.
Do you have that planned? Do you seriously? Do you have when we're done with this? I'm booking that ticket. You already know where you're going. You already know who's coming with you.
I don't know where
I'm going by myself. I don't want to see no. I'm going by myself.
Yeah, I have a group of friends who happen to be that I've grown up with, who happen to be my sorors. And we're planning on going. Well, I'm going on several different vacations with several different people because everybody's like, yes, let's do it. Let's go on vacation. I haven't decided where we're going to go yet, but I think after this, I deserve a nice, long, extended vacation.
Yep. Just next. Let's just be your next. That's all you should just say. Just lay there and just be like, next. Well, I think it's amazing. I don't know. I think possibly just the vibe I'm getting from you, maybe, it might be motivational speaking. I'm just saying that might be in your future. I don't know what your background was. I don't know what it was, but I feel like you would do really well in being like life coaching and that type of energy and vibe. Thank
you. I've been a teacher. I've been in advertising, marketing, retail. So my background is very diverse. It's not new for me to get in front of people and to speak. So maybe that is the path that is open to me.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to chat with us. This is why we do it. It's just so important to shine a light on pink, and that's what we're doing for the month of October. But you all know me; we talk about it all year round because it impacts families all year round. The survivor and thriver, the person's going through it, the families, the co-survivor, all of that. So thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it's going to touch someone, and just spreading what Go Gen Go does right here in Charlotte. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.